So in these set of lectures, we're going to speak about how to set up your development environment for the rest of the course. The first thing that you'll need to do is sign up for a github.com account. It's very straightforward. Give your username, password, and email address, and you're done. You're also going to need some sort of browser for the rest of the course. Now, I'm going to use Google Chrome, and I think that's a preferred browser. That's just my personal preference because it has the Chrome developer tools that are very advanced in terms of web development help. But that's not required. You could use any browser you want that you prefer. Also, you need some sort of code editor that you're going to use. In this course, I'm going to use the Atom code editor. It's free, it's very good, it has plenty plugins that you could put in to help you code, and it's actually also made by GitHub. However, you don't have to use that one. You could use Visual Studio Code, that's also free, brackets.io, that's free. Sublime Text 3 is also free, but kind of asks you to eventually pay for it. So basically, choose the editor that you like, and you're going to be productive in. The other tool that we're going to need is Git. We're going to need Git for a couple of reasons. Number one is if you're trying to become a little bit more of a professional web developer, you can't get away without knowing at least a little bit of Git. And in this course, we're going to do the bare minimum of Git commands. So we're not definitely going to get into the Git commands very deeply. However, the bare minimum of those commands is something you should know, at least get familiar with, and get your feet wet with that. We're also going to use a tool called Browser Sync, and I'll show you what that tool actually does, but it's going to help us develop locally in our machine, at the same time see all of our updates as we code them in the editor, live in the browser, automatically without having to click the refresh button. The Browser Sync tool actually is a node.js component or node.js package, and we will need to install node.js in order for it to work. Now, next few videos, I'm going to split them up between the Mac OS and Windows. I'm going to explain everything on Mac OS, and now we'll explain everything on Windows. So choose your operating system depending on what you're using. Throughout the rest of the course, I'm actually going to be using my own computer, which is a Mac, but just because the windows and the buttons are going to look slightly different if you're using Windows, don't be scared of that. There's really nothing else other than the slight look changes that's going to be different for the rest of the course once you type the 2-3 different commands that exist on Windows versus on the Mac OS. Other than that, they're really identical. There's really no difference between doing web development on Windows or on a Mac.